I'm standing here with Lake Gatun behind me, and the reason why I'm here is because a couple of South Africans have asked me to look into an opportunity that was presented to them to buy into a self-sustaining farm and a plot here in a kind of South African community, Lago, Fincas, that was presented on Facebook to them. So they've asked me to come and have a look, and that is what I'm doing here today. So just want to give you an idea. It is really, really beautiful. I recognize this because I did have a look at the website and the proposal that's on Facebook, and that was sent. It is really, really nice. It is really beautiful. Lake Gatun itself, massive area, and it is really nice. A little bit later in the video I'll talk about the fact that it's not really actually a lake, but this is it. So this is where we are standing on the area, the plots that are being offered. I'm going to go back and take it from the start and show you how I got here, the roads to get here, the challenges, etc. Because everybody that's been in Panama for a while will give you the same advice: never buy off plan, never buy without seeing it. That's why we always recommend come and live in Panama and rent for at least 6 months, probably a year before you even consider buying. So for those that are looking and considering buying into this development, this video is to help you understand what you are buying into. And for those of you who have put money down already and have bought into this, it's to help you understand what you have bought into, so that there's no nasty surprises or just surprises when you arrive here. But this is it. These are the plots. This is the best area, without a doubt. It's the flattest piece of land that I could find, and it is the one with basically the only one with easy access to the lake. There are no other that I could see anyway, easy access to the lake. The rest is very much overgrown and very, very steep to get here. Even here, when we're standing here, you can see the steep incline from the water to where we are standing now. Definitely one of the challenges is the slopes that are around here, but this, as per information, the decision still obviously is yours. I've definitely not going to recommend buying or not buying. I'm just there to give you the information and give you a clearer idea on the ground, and not a polished website to show you what it is that this opportunity actually offers you and where it is, how to get here. So let's go back and take it from the start. So far, the only thing I can say so far, it's a little bit remote. I've been driving for more than an hour after I've left Coronado. There are no real towns since then, but then there are a lot of people that like a little bit of remoteness, and the fact that it is right up against the lake apparently also counts in its favor. So I am coming to have a look. Roads aren't great, but it's also, so far at least, not too bad. A couple of potholes here and there. Roads are quite narrow and very bumpy, as you can see, but you know, nothing unbearable so far. Quite a few bad potholes here. I'm going to navigate. So far, yeah, only observations are roads are narrow, not always fantastic, and a little bit remote. And then I can't really, I'm sitting in an air-conditioned car obviously, so I can't really tell you what the weather is like, but the gauge on the dash says 33 degrees Celsius. Today in Panama City is 31 degrees Celsius, so it is what looks like to be about 2 degrees warmer than Panama City, so definitely in the hotter part of Panama. But then again, there are quite a few people that actually prefer the heat. So yeah, nothing so far. I'm going to drive all the way up to the farms and actually see the situation and where the farm is situated, and see what the area looks like. But for now, yeah, apart from some bad roads and remoteness and a bit of heat, so far doesn't look too bad. So coming off the tar road, albeit full of potholes, the GPS then took me on this, and I've stopped. This is the only I've stopped and asked directions. This is the only way to get to the farms, the apparently self-sustaining farms. I did have a word with some locals here as well, and they laugh at the fact that this could be a self-sustainable farm. They say with a clay soil, you need lots of space, and the farms apparently are not anywhere near the right size. So there are limited things you can grow here, like bananas, of course, and plantains, avos, mangoes. That all grows quite freely and quite well, but apparently the plot size is not nearly enough for it to be self-sustainable. That is being offered. The plot size is being offered not nearly big enough. So 7 kilometers of this dirt road, it's better in places. Other places I'm doing it right now, probably about 30 kilometers an hour. At stages you do have to go down to like 10-20 kilometers an hour, and then at best probably, and a reminder, this is the dry season. Quite bad here. This is the dry season. It might get worse during the rainy season. So the first thing I can tell you is definitely you would need some sort of SUV or 4x4 to travel these roads on a daily basis, or like a bucky, a pickup. Your normal sedan will not be able to do this on a daily basis. So as we drive along this bumpy road to our destination, the Gatun Lago farms, a little bit about the Gatun Lake. It's a bit of a misnomer because it's not a lake at all. A lake is of course a naturally occurring body of water, and this is not. This is a dam, or like the Americans call it, a reservoir. So this was backed up and dammed by the Americans when they built the Panama Canal back in 1904 to 1914. When they built the canal, they created the lake for the ships to sail in between the three locks on the Panamanian side, on the Caribbean side, and the three locks on the Pacific side, or vice versa. So Gatun Lake, not a lake at all. In actual fact, it is a dam or a reservoir. That means, of course, that there are apparently there's even some houses under the water. When it was dammed up, they obviously gave the people warning. It took a couple of years for it to fill up, and a lot of trees as well. So unless you have an area that has been cleared, it could be quite dangerous with sailboats and rowing boats and swimming, things like that. And also not crocodiles, but what they call caimans, naturally occurring here in the lake. So not a great area to swim in, the lake itself, because of the presence of caiman and then underwater structures, due to the fact that it is not a natural occurring body of water, but a lake, or rather but a dam. Also, a question that comes to mind when you see the remoteness of the area and the quality of the roads here is what the impact will be cost-wise on getting labor and the products out here, the building materials. There's some gates here. Definitely nature-wise it is really nice, but quite removed. We are now actually seems to be in the property, because I can see there are some lots that have been allocated, lot H to I. It's over there. And although there are some fencing around, obviously nothing developed. So if you buy here, you would have to do your own driveway, so everything. So this is another lot. This is lot G5, for instance. As you can see, you would have to do a lot of clearing to build anything here. This is lot G3 to 4, and very, very steep indeed. So building costs, of course, will rise exponentially on the steepest slope that you build. Really, probably about 10 meters of steep slope, and then a crazy drop down to the bottom. So one thing to keep in mind is the cost of building on such steep slopes and then clearing the plots as well. So the roads have gotten even worse now. It's a very, very narrow, what we call in South Africa, twee-spoor paadjie that is running out here. Still very, very bumpy, and absolutely no development. I can see a structure ahead, so I do believe that we are near the main center, but let's see. So far, absolutely no homes. I can see a structure there, but that's about all I can see. That's the only structure, but it looks unfinished. It looks like basically just a concrete structure. So you can see the lake in the background. So the lake at least is here. I have seen no proper access to the lake yet. This basically would be, so far, access to the lake. This is the closest I've been to the lake. So it looks like there's like a swampy area down there which you can reach the lake. But once again, we'll investigate some more. So this looks very old, so almost get the idea this was a abandoned project that somebody is now trying to restart. So after speaking to some locals here that I just chatted, apparently this was going to be some boutique hotel that the construction got abandoned. It says they do not enter, so I'm not gonna enter. But without a doubt, this was built many years ago, so it's been confirmed that this project, at least, used to be an abandoned project. So this was abandoned for whatever reason, and it seems like they're now trying to kickstart it again by selling it off to, I want to use the word unsuspecting South Africans. I'm still continuing because the GPS is telling me that it's still a little bit further ahead to the end of the actual development, but I can still see lot numbers as I'm driving. So that is lot C. You see the sign up there, it says lot C. I hope that this gives you a better idea, and make no mistake, I'm not saying you should not buy into this development, but perhaps before you do, I hope that this gives you a bit more information and on the ground reconnaissance of what it is that you will be buying into. There would be, without a doubt, some serious challenges having to stay out here. But even before staying out here, having to build out here will probably be the biggest challenge that you'll have to overcome. And without a doubt, it will be more expensive than building in a developed area or an area next to a main road. This is extremely remote, and although, as you can see, pretty beautiful and pretty peaceful, it is remote, and access to here is via a very bumpy, very narrow dirt road that will definitely add to the cost of your building.